Lord of Mysteries episode 8 is now out. Let's talk about it. So the newest episode of Lord of Mysteries is now out for you guys to go and check out. And I did miss last week's because I took a week off. So I'm going to give a quick summary and how I thought and my feelings towards episode 7. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was one of the best of the whole entire series so far. So much I felt like got explained and you understand a lot more what's going on. And I think the visuals were just absolutely stunning. And the way they did it with Klein was fantastic. So I thoroughly enjoyed episode 7. So coming into episode 8, so excited. And again, they nail this one. But this one is very different from the last episode that we just got. This one, we got more information and backstory to old Neil. We really dive into that character a lot more in this episode. And there's an event that happens towards the end that just hits you like a gut punch. I mean, you take a knife to the heart. It hits you so freaking hard. I was feeling it. I was feeling the pain of old Neil, man. And the way that they did it and executed it was phenomenal. Like some of the best you will see. That is how you do an emotional sequence to hit the viewer. Now, we've been following old Neil since the start. I love that character. I think that character is so much fun. But here we find out the story of him and his friends and how Harvey is the last one with him. Them two are the last ones. And, we really dive into how they were connected and how they used to drink together. And they built this beautiful bond and emotion that you have with old Neil and him. And, the jokes they make. And old Neil explains about his wife and how she used to play the piano for them and everything. It was beautiful. So we have Klein also going in, trying to figure out certain things. He's like, okay, so I need to figure out all this stuff. I need to get the sun, the blazing sun. I need to get that power for myself. I need to get it into these other charms because I'm going to need this if I'm going to fight. There's another sequence at the Grey Fog realm at the table there that was fantastic. Bro, I could not believe it, man. When she asked Mr. Hangman for the information, and he's like, it's going to cost you. And it's like £1,000. And even Klein's like, oh my word, £1,000? That is just crazy. Like, that's an absurd amount of money. Like, no one has that. She's not going to be able to afford it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Does she just flex on these two? She smiles and goes, no problem. Do you want me to make it out to the same address, to the same place? And I'm sitting there like, bro, she's just flexing that she has the money on these two. And these two are like, what? And even Klein had to catch himself and go, don't worry. Act like this isn't, this is normal for you. Act like, this isn't just like, holy crap, she's loaded. What the fudge? I love that moment. But that whole conversation was great as well. We find out more about certain organizations that had been around for long periods and the connection that may be with a certain character involving death. And I love that about it. So then we have the sequence at the docks. This is where everything gets unfolded and things start to happen. There's a haunting. Now, obviously, Klein has asked his teacher to come and do that for him because he needs to get his hands on the blazing sun. That's what he's trying to do. So they're doing that. Now we have Mr. Rose guy again. He shows up. And then what happens is a Beyonder that has lost control starts attacking. Comes out of the water and they start attacking. Beautiful fight sequence, I must say. Mr. Rose, man, holds his own, bro. He was epic in this battle. He was going toe to toe with this guy. And it was so freaking good. You have old Neil running out, trying to get people to safety, doing all that stuff. And you have Klein being Klein. He's trying to figure things out. He gets snagged. They come around. They knock him. And this is where the moment hits you. The moment hits you when he notices something. The Beyonder that's lost control looks towards old Neil. Old Neil looks towards him. And you can see, okay, something's not right here. Old Neil knows something about this Beyonder that's lost control. And then when he lands, you see something that we saw early on in the episode. Harvey's alcohol tin that he had his flask lands on the ground. And this is where you just see old Neil start to break down. Because he said that these two they're the last two left. This is his last friend that he grew up with, basically. Hung out with all the time. And his friend's right there. My man, old Neil says, no, I will kill him myself. Takes the gun and points it, and it's this emotional moment. The score is outstanding throughout the whole entire episode, but it is so good in this moment. It hits you. You feel the emotion. You feel like you are in the shoes of old Neil right then and there, staring at your friend, and you're about to put him down, put him out of his misery. And when that happens, you know, he does it, the flag falls down, and it's a beautiful sequence. But then it's the next sequence where old Neil's at home, he's playing the piano, and the callback to his wife playing the piano. Klein comes in and he's like, old Neil's always like, you know, so happy, vibrant, charming, but his house is dull. It's dirty. It just doesn't feel like it matches him. And as he's playing the piano, Klein notices all the little details here of all of the people that he had, and they're all there. And this whole moment with him playing the piano, I thought was done so well that it brought all of the emotion together. And you could feel as he's playing the piano, he's pouring his heart and soul out. He is feeling the pain. And I thought they did such a great job with that, with the visuals, without actually having old Neil say anything. That piano score said everything it needed to say about how he was feeling in that moment. And that is when you know you have something special. When you're able to tell a story without giving any exposition, without the character actually saying anything, but to give it in a way of him just playing the piano, and the way that that score is executed spoke 1,000 words. It spoke about every single emotion he was feeling at the time. And that is how you know that this show is absolutely fantastic, because it's able to do that. And then we have the end where Klein is now thinking to himself, okay, what happened? Because when I was speaking to Harvey, it was all fine. And now all of a sudden he's lost control. So is it actually that easy to lose control? Like, and then you can see Klein is starting to think, should I be more scared of this? Like, could this be a possibility? Is this our fate? Is this meant to happen? We can't escape it. Can we do that? I don't know, but it's time that I go to the cloud. And then the score for that moment was fantastic, because it was like, yeah, Klein's ready to go. But I thought this whole entire episode was fantastic. The way that they dealt with the old Neil character, and how, you know, we've had sprinkles of it here and there throughout the first few episodes and that. But this episode really hits you. And I think they've just done a really, really good job at bringing this to life. And it is phenomenal. And I can't wait until the next week's episode. But let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you not? Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button for me. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.